there everyone, RosePal here, and welcome to the second episode of the RosePalCast, where I talk about interesting topics about anime and cartoons. Today, I'm going to talk about all things Aikatsu, specifically my top 20 favorite episodes of all time. I will be covering all the seasons of Aikatsu Planet, which recently ended. From the past year, Aikatsu was one of the anime shows that put a smile on my face, so let's get to it. Number 20, Vampire Mystery from Aikatsu Season 3, and Gothic Wars from Aikatsu on Parade. I like how anime series and episodes go into the horror and gothic genre, and these two episodes really shine with this concept. In Vampire Mystery, we see the Starlight Girls filming a drama about girls who become vampire idols. We see Akari, Jiri, and Orihime as the three main heroes, and Mizuki as the main villain. This was a fun ride and perfect for a Halloween viewing, as Akari, Jiri, and Orihime try to get the others back to normal, which ends in a magical girl type attack which I adore. Definitely got Precure and Sailor Moon vibes from it. In Gothic Wars, Raki wakes up one morning to discover that everyone has rabbit ears for some reason. The sister Joe, that is Kaguya and Sakuya, also known as Reflect Moon, are responsible for this spell, and the three musketeers consisting of Eureka, Lily, and Nilcia are stepping up to stop them. The fights in this episode are glorious, along with the animation that gives us an epic fight from beginning to end, along with the renditions of Have a Dream, Dreaming Bird, and Eternally Flickering Flame. Raki saves the day by using the Aikatsu pass to end it all. Now it turns out it was a movie created by Mirai, which was a fun twist, and it was a success thanks to Raki. If this became a real thing, I will go see it. Number 19, Kind Feelings from Aikatsu Planet. This is the first episode from the recent season on this list, and it's a good one. We see what happens when a dressier doesn't accept someone to share their power right away. We see this through Anne, as she makes her debut as an idol, and she wants to have the Sweet Cake dressier for her outfits. However, the Sweet Cake dressier doesn't accept her, as she doesn't understand his true feelings. So she has Mao, aka Hana, and Shiori to help her with baking. Sana explains to Anne that in order to understand Sweet Cake, she must bring her kind feelings for what she enjoys the most, sweets. We see a great scene with the three girls baking a cake and having enjoyment out of it. It was rewarding for Anne to share the cake with Sweet Cake for a tea party and was touched by her kindness when she expressed her true feelings. Her song Shiori, Lady, 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 was a great way to mark her debut, and her two outfits really fit her personality, making a connection with her and Sweet Cake a reality. Number 18, Fairy Idol Aria Futaba and Putting on the Language of Flowers from Aikatsu Stars. My two favorite episodes from Aikatsu Stars introduced my favorite from the Venus Art Quartet, Aria. She was introduced as a successor to Hime for her brand My Little Heart. She is adorable as a button, loves being around nature, and she expresses kindness through flowers. She gives flowers to people like Tsubumi and Hakashurika. She gives great explanations to the flowers' meaning. She and Yumi connected really well as they did a fairy-themed photo shoot, which would make a magical magazine spread or a magical picture book. Then in the following episode, she had a great time with Yumi and Kiora as she boarded Venus Arc. From learning about music and costumes to seeing the garden area, she really wanted to start her Aikatsu journey. Not only she was chosen by Elsa, she also did her own events with a combination of piano playing and an amazing performance of Pirouette of the Forest Light. She was in her element, combining singing and dance with ballet, creating a flawless performance. She is one of the cinema queens in the franchise for a reason. Number 17, the magic phrase is okay, 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 and beautiful mutual feelings from Aikatsu Season 2. These episodes gave us another cute backstory and developed my favorite of the Dream Academy girls, Ki. Ki is making her debut as an idol, and she receives a box of cute bows from her mom. In her flashback, her mom did her hair and was the one who gave her the okay, okay catchphrase, not only to make her cute, but also to grow as a person. She said those words every time she needed cheering up. Then when the time came for her to join Dream Academy, her mom was so proud of her for being the kind, smart, cute, and productive person she is, as she is also a producer like her mom. Then she had a successful performance debut. Then in the following episode, she wants to participate in the Thunder Girl Brain audition, but she wants to help Sarah with her music video. But Sarah convinces her to convince her on her own audition, as well as getting her own constellation dress. She manages to find a designer of a brand magical toy, only to get a cramp in her leg and passes out in the process. Luckily, with the help of Sarah, Ichigo, Oi, and Ran, she manages to get the dress. Sometimes you got to take care of yourself before you do any activity, which is a great lesson, since Ki took on too many tasks at once and was overwhelmed quite a bit. But with her determination, Ki put on a fantastic audition and a solo rendition of Magical Time with her Sagittarius constellation dress and wins the audition. Her idol journey was just beginning, and it was amazing to see. Number 16, Child New World from Aikatsu on Parade. Since Aikatsu on Parade was known as the All-Star season, this took amazing opportunities for fantastic interactions between the characters from all the seasons up to this point, and this episode did not disappoint. This episode we see the start of the New World Fest, and Raki decides to spend a day talking to different idols and spend some time with Akari and Yume. This had a bit of continuity from the stars in OG Aikatsu episodes when they met on Aikatsu Island. Meanwhile, Ain and Mio host a collab friend stage at their school, where people can form a unit with anyone. From the moon stage to the dance stage to the rock stage, it's a dream come true for anyone, especially Raki, who goes around to talk to idols about their dresses to take notes for inspiration. We even get Seiya, Ichigo, and Laura having some great moments in the episode too, as well as their fantastic performances. Speaking of performances, Yume and Akari had their duo performance in their own unit, Open Sky Dream. We've seen them plan the performance from choosing the song to choosing their dresses. They performed the song Future Duo. This was an epic moment for both of them. Dance Valentine Sweets from Aikatsu on Parade. Speaking of fun times, this episode gives us a great insight into a sweets festival, but also finding inspiration to make our own sweets and chocolate. Raki and I spend the day at the Aikatsu Valentine Sweets Festival, trying on the different sweets, and Raki finding inspiration to make her own sweets. We see Akari, Laura, Alicia, Mio, and Yume giving their contributions from their own sweets. At one point, Alicia receives help from Lily and Penne, Ain's penguin from her family's cafe, to create a treat that sells her shaved ice really well. Raki was so impressed by them, she decides to create her own lucky-themed sweets, and she even gets recommendations from Yume and Laura to help with making them, as well as the costume. We not only get to see the performances of Yuri and Akari again, but also Alicia's solo song, as well as the return of Laura and Mio's jingles from the sweets commercials. Cute callbacks all round. Number 14. Go-Go Friends, Lacrosse Friends, and Honeycat is a Galaxy from Aikatsu Friends. Ima and Maika had a great counter out from start to finish with their units as Honeycat, as we look up at the ups and downs, finding creativity, exploring our passions, and even take Aikatsu to new heights. After forming their unit, Ima is asked with creating the dresses that made Honeycat stand out. After a little help from Mio and Chiharu, she designs outfits with a pop motif. Maika thinks that sexy is missing from it, as she is a sex-type idol. Then after a little help with Mio and Aine, Ima decides to combine the pop and sexy motifs to create their first unit dresses, with some cute little details by Maika. Their debut performance as a unit was fantastic. Then we see Ima struggle to choose between Aikatsu and Lacrosse, as the Honeycat tour and the training summer camp for her team was at the same time. She considers quitting the Lacrosse team, but Maika was having none of it, as she challenged Ima to a game, which Maika won as Ima decided to do both. With Maika's help, she held the Lacrosse team and did a Honeycat tour. Maika proves to be the voice of reason, and she told Ima she couldn't give up on doing what she loves best, and she is the only one who can do it. Then later on, they do an advert for a tote bag based on the Honeycat brand. They have fantastic assistance from Hibiki. They create a space-themed video with a cat motif, with space-themed speakers and all. However, an accident destroys the set, threatening the plan to fall apart. However, with their determination, Maika and Ima said they can create the sets in a creative way, which Hibiki approves. This advert proved to be a success at their latest performance, even to the point of saying they want to take Aikatsu into space. This goes to show that although things don't go to plan, with a drive and creative spirit, you can turn mistakes into success. Which this doesn't I'll explain more later on. Number 13. Let's Make a Lucky Dress and Raki's Radiance from Aikatsu on Parade. Raki was a great protagonist in Aikatsu on Parade. I enjoyed her arc of finding the creative dresses to any situation including her own brand. First we see Raki wants to make her own constellation dress after seeing Ichigo's Pisces constellation dress in her and Soleil's concert. Ichigo goes with her to see a design of Angel Sugar on Mahane after climbing the mountain. At first she tells her she can't make a copy of the dress, but with her perseverance, Raki makes improvements to the dress, which Ahami fully approves with her assistance. Then in Raki's Radiance, she and the other girls do a play of the fairy tale that is known to Alicia's home country, the Sylphed province. Hibiki asks her to create a dress for the daughter of the queen in the story. Raki creates a beautiful dress inspired by the dueling dresses, especially Alicia's emerald dress. The other girls are impressed by Raki's skills and fits really well into the story, and how Raki wished the dress to make the children who grew up with the story happy. Both Raki's performances with the dresses were fantastic. This was the first step into creating her own dress, and she had a great practice of creating dresses inspired by other idols. I love how the other girls played a supporting role, as they had great moments too, with each girl being there for Raki and Hibiki, Ain, Mio, Alicia and Maria to teach Raki about the importance of acting as well as designing. Number 12. The road continued towards Mirai, The Melody of Bravery, and Ain's Halloween Panic from Aikatsu Friends. Ain is my all-time favorite Aikatsu protagonist, and these episodes explain why. She stars in the drama alongside her friend, rival, and mentor Mirai called Idol Witch. Even though she was nervous at first, her debut was a success thanks to spending some time with her, to the point of Mirai giving Ain a rainbow hairbow from her brand, Milky Joker, and had the debut of her solo song, Identity. Now we see her hosting her own event with her brand Sugar Melody, the theme of making lots of friends as it perfectly fits with her personality, making displays of her life and creating her idol cards, and debuting her premium dress. After rain came down, she lost her voice, but thanks to Mio who made a remedy to cure her throat, Ain became more determined to finish her event with her performance of the first Aikatsu Friends opening theme. Then she returned to the Idol Witch drama, and she really developed as a person and idol, as she and Mio took a break from their unit as pure palette. It goes to show that being on her own and developing herself will make their unit stronger in the future. And my favourite version of Identity, with Mirai and Ain singing together, was a real treat. Number 11. Otomi Rainbow from Aikatsu Season 2. This episode gives us a cute and relatable backstory to the second cinnamon roll queen, Otomi, and also gives a great connection with her and Maria. Maria visits Otomi at a kindergarten, which is also her home, as her parents run it and she was there in her younger years. They help build a paint set for a fair that is being held along with the play. Otomi explains to Maria of how she helped a classmate overcome her stage fright when she was playing Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, and in return, the girl helped her overcome her fear of heights by taking on the slide in the playground. Maria loves learning about the people she meets, especially Otomi, and this experience gave the designer of her brand, Happy Rainbow, to come up with a design for her constellation dress, as well as her performance of Choo Choo Rainbow. It shows this by Otomi sliding on the sweet slide in the climax of the song, which was fun and catchy. The bond Otomi and Maria shared was really sweet, by telling the story and having a picnic, and gave the potential to become a duo unit, which we saw in the Unicub through a montage. It would have been cool, but I'm happy with what we got for these two. Number 10. To the Winged Stream from Aikatsu Season 2, and the last chapter of The Legend from Aikatsu Friends. These episodes represent fulfilling your dream and making new beginnings and continuing what you do best. To the Winged Stream saw Ichigo and Sailor beat Mizuki and Mikuru in the Unicub after their outstanding performance of Friend in their Gemini-inspired constellation dresses. And after all they've been through in Season 2, this was their crowning moment. Sailor and Ichigo say in their speeches that their journey to their win was an enjoyable one, and they will continue to shine in their journeys and become top idols. Then Mikuru and Mizuki announce what their plans now that the cup is over. Mikuru explains that she wants to continue her idol journey, as well as entering the Gothic Championships, and Mizuki wants to make herself shine more than ever to reach out to everyone in the world for Aikatsu. Then the Aikatsu Friends episode, Ain and Mio are working on their book as they are new to Diamond Friends after being Love Me Tear. However, they begin to wonder if Love Me Tear will retire from Aikatsu. The answer is no. Cal and Mirai reassure them as well as their fans in their concert, although they were not the Diamond Friends, they can still be legends and still continue their Aikatsu journeys, as well as making new beginnings. With Cal being an Aikatsu ambassador and creating academies around the world, and Mirai doing an Aikatsu mentorship program, it's okay to make new goals as well as continue your old goals, as it is part of life, and it still rings true today. Number 9. Your Entrance from Aikatsu on Parade. You heard of the old saying, you love it when a plan comes together. This is it. For being inspired by all the idols she met in the season, Raki has finally made her own premium dress and showcased her brand for the first time. We get appearances from Sora, Hime, and Kahoru, who along with Raki, take part in the brand collaboration fashion show. This gave the opportunity to be out of their comfort zone and design new outfits and had other girls model their designs. Raki got the chance to make her own dress, which reflects her own brand, Maple Ribbon. She watches Sora and Kahoru with their work to see how the creative process works, as well as pushing their limits. We also get the performances of Kira Path to Shining and Stardust Sensation, which were great. Ryan, Hikari, and Sakia were great models for Bohemian Sky, Rainbow Berry Parfait, and My Little Heart. Then Raki discovers what was missing from her dress: ribbons. Seeing flashbacks of Raki's journey up to this point gives her the perfect metaphor for ribbons. Ribbons that connect to one another. Connections to so many people. Her runway was a success, and her dress was phenomenal. My favorite performance of Your Entrance was because of this dress, with the Pisces dress in second and the Emerald Grace dress in third. Raki finally achieved her goal. Number 8. Hineki Miracle from Aikatsu Season 4. Hineki was a great character from her debut in Season 3, and this marked a high point in her Aikatsu journey. Hineki was working with her brand Vivid Kiss to create a dress worthy of wearing in the Starlight Cup. She and her designer looked at a few chords, and she gave Hineki the chance to see a concert with her predecessor, Mikuru. It was great seeing her performance of adult mode again, as it is one of my favorite performances from Season 2. Mikuru agreed to work with Hineki as she heard about her and her friends from Ichigo and Mizuki. They spent some time in the city looking for inspiration, as well as spending time in the cafe. Then we seen them staying in the villa their designer hired to work on the designs for the dress while the documentary was happening. Hineki started to doubt herself. She explained to Mikuru that he would never get the design done on time and whether she can perform in the Starlight Cup. However, Mikuru reassured her that they would not give up and give it their all. Then, they helped the designer hit a spark when the girls put graffiti art in the villa to make it stand out. So they created a graffiti art style dress for Hineki, who did a debut performance of Hello Hello, which was really fun to watch, and definitely up on the Starlight Cup. The friendship that Hineki and Mikuru had was fun and enjoyable, and really complemented each other so well. Definitely had a great mentor and successor relationship. Number 7. Dancing Maruli Ruli from Aikatsu Planet. Creating a concept from a project isn't easy, and this episode demonstrated this perfectly through Ruli. Ruli was asked by a famous director to come up with a scenario for a new drama, starring the mascot of the Melty Health brand. She had difficulty to convey the feelings of the character because she only used onomatopoeic words that didn't make sense to others. She asked Mao, Shiori, and Kyoko's help in conveying the conversations that the mascot wants to say. We get a great scene with Ruli and Shiori explaining that she almost quit her job as a model as she made a lot of mistakes and it brought down her confidence. It is a relatable lesson to many people, as we all make mistakes, but in time we can learn from them, or in Ruli's case, turn mistakes into treasure. This gave the idea for the girls to put on a performance of Maruli. It was fun seeing the girls putting it together, as it helped boost Ruli's confidence, while also show her development through Maruli. The director was impressed and was willing to make the drama after all the creative effort they put into this. Number 6. Hosting Heart from Aikatsu Season 2. Here is the episode that made me love Maria, the kind, polite, and sweet girl from Dream Academy. Maria was taking part in a documentary called Hosting Heart, in which she hosts her friends for the day at her mansion. We see why she is the kind, gentle girl that she is, by making sure she makes her friends happy, as well as giving gifts to them, as well as the local children. We get to see her home life, as her parents are away most of the time, but she is never lonely, and she makes her time at home really well. By watering the flowers, reading books, and taking care of her pet cow, it makes her happy till her parents are back home. Ichigo and the other girls are really impressed by her, as well as her hospitality. She is like the level of a princess. They decide to make the night memorable by having an Aikatsu-themed night. I love the dual performance of Maria and Ichigo with Aurora Princess. The music, the animation was soft and gentle, which fits her personality. Then the girls give Maria a present as a thanks for hosting them, a projection of the Aurora Lights, which took a representation of the Northern Lights. A beautiful way to end the episode. Number 5. My Revolution from Aikatsu Planet. This is my favorite episode from Aikatsu Planet, and it was the perfect debut for Shiori as an Aikatsu Planet's idol. After a few episodes, Shiori told the girls that she wants to become an idol herself. So, she participated in the audition obstacle race that gives her the chance to make her dream come true. First by racing to the cave, finding an object that opens it, then scouring the cave to find a chest of swing cards, then climbing the mountain to reach the land of dressiers. Shiori was my favorite character from this season, as she was the voice of reason for the group, and helped others, so she thought this was a chance to make her own Aikatsu journey happen. She reached out to Wonderland Tale and Ivy's Sleeping Beauty, as she loved reading fairy tales and other books like myself, and she gained their dresses, her own avatar, and an amazing debut performance. We see her growth in this episode onwards, strengthening her friendship with Mao, and even helping Sana with a fashion event. Incredible. Number 4. Smile Me Number 1 from Aikatsu on Parade. This episode was fun, cute, and comedy gold. Sorry if I stuttered a bit there. Raki teamed up with Yuzu, Lily, Ima, Micah, and Nina to host an animal-themed talk show. It was a lot of fun seeing the girls hosting it, as well as putting on their own ideas to it. A lot of the perfect performances and building to it so well. Honeycat's You and I, Nina's Mio Mier, and my favourite, Yuzu and Lily with Animal Carnival. I love the dynamics with the girls. Yuzu and Lily's friendship is always a delight, along with Micah and Ima. Raki and Nina's dynamic really surprised me because they are energetic, funny, and charming, especially when they did a segment about animals that bring good luck, which is Who the Owl, and made it laugh. Miko made a guest appearance with a ferret fairy. Ima had a funny moment where she was scared of small animals, but meeting Fairy and stroking him was really sweet. I love they use chibi versions of them in the segments when they explain the animals as well as their meanings. It reminds me of children's animal shows when I was younger. Then Nino and Raki won the Animal Quiz to show us the success, and that's why this is my favorite episode of all time in Aikatsu on Parade. Number 3. Rabbit-Tailed Choco Pop Detectives from Aikatsu Season 2. My favorite Aikatsu drama episode, with a fun mystery to solve with chocolate to boot. Ichigo, her friends Kei and Sarah got to take part in an audition for a new chocolate called Choco Pop. After the first scenario as a full-on police show didn't go so well, the girls decided to create a more fun scenario with a cool girl detective squad known as the Choco Pop Detectives. It explains the teams of 2 for the audition, one being the main detective and the other being the assistant. This was a fun episode for me because I love watching mystery and crime-themed shows, as well as recently played the latest Mystery Journey game for my Switch, and it was nice seeing the side of the girls we haven't seen before, their problem-solving and logical thinking skills, which a detective needs to solve a mystery. In the end, Sarah and Kei won the audition as they brought the best in each other in teamwork and being the detectives the director needed. It was rewarding that we got to see these two as the Choco Pop Detectives in the Aikatsu movie as part of the Ichigo Festival drama. Hashtag best Aikatsu drama. Azora Jump, Spin Bouquet, and Spontaneous Skips from Aikatsu Season 3. Akari has come a long way since her debut on Season 2, and these 3 episodes show her growth as an idol, finding her side passion, and inspiring 2 people who made her journey possible. Senna, the designer of her brand Dreamy Crown, and new idol, Madoka. After New Year's, Akari tries to figure out what she wants to do for a resolution, so she tries to find an audition somewhere. Nana posts about doing a weather forecast catches her eye. With her friend's help, she practices doing weather forecasts, and then meets up with a professional meteorologist, who gives her as well as the audience an insight into doing forecasts. Akari becomes more invested. She passed the audition by saying, although she is new to this, she will grow from her experiences with doing a weather forecast and her idol activities. She makes her debut performance with her own rendition of the first opening song for the 3rd season, and she officially names the show Azora Weather. Then Spin Bouquet, Senna struggles to come up with an idea for a new dress for Akari. Then she sees her latest forecast, when the mascot Osurata shows the little garden of flowers, and Akari shows a fairy tale book she loved reading when she was a little girl, which happens to be Thumbelina. With Akari, Senna is inspired to make the Thumbelina-themed dress, which fits her perfectly. Senna and Akari make a promise to get to the top together. Then we see Madoka asking Akari to form a unit with her. We get to see some great scenes with the 2 bonding, seeing Akari doing a forecast, and doing a photo shoot while trying to come up with a name. I love how Akari and Madoka inspire each other throughout. Which makes it more rewarding that they name their unit Skips, after seeing Madoka skip, then having their sky quotes reflecting the fun times, and their song was fun and magical. Before I get to number 1, here are a couple of honorable mentions. Lucky Halloween and Happy Lucky Christmas from Aikatsu on Parade. These episodes are a joy to watch and great picks for your Halloween and Christmas viewing experience. I love how the cast collaborates in these episodes. Mirai and Akari combine their efforts to create the Halloween event, Luminous putting on performances, a fun costume competition, with Akari and Mirai winning with a fun performance, and Akari got an honorary prize for her Lucky-themed costume, which was really cute. Then in the Christmas episodes, we see Raki, Madoka, and Noelle hosting together the Christmas event of the New World Fest with the Dream Academy girls, with fun traditions, fantastic performances, and truly beginning the Christmas spirit. And finally, number 1. Everyone see Aikatsu from Aikatsu Friends. This is what Aikatsu is all about, having a fun time with your friends and having this part of your Aikatsu experience. And it's the perfect beach episode. I, Mio and company spent a fun day at the beach. We see lots of fun and fantastic scenes throughout, from Mirai and Hibiki's fun rivalry with their water skiing and diving, to having a barbecue, to having cool ice cream treats. I love the development of Alicia and the new idol in the scene, Wakaba, the idol from Mirai's mentoring program. Alicia tried to keep cool in the warm temperatures, but wasn't sure how to do it. Luckily, Mio and Ein's Cafe Penguin Penne gave her the idea of making desserts from shaved ice, which worked a treat with the other girls, and she played an epic game of volleyball. Wakaba, on the other hand, was looking for seashells to collect in a jar, after hearing from one of the Reflect Moon sisters, said that collecting shells was a fun hobby to do and you can share them with others. And that's what she did. She collected the shells and gave them to her friends as presents from their time at the beach together. Then she performed her song, This World is Wonderful, wearing her topaz dress. The girls enjoyed her performance so much that they gave the shells back to her, saying that she should keep them. That was really sweet. I love spending time on the beach, and sometimes when I was younger, I collected seashells for projects at school or to keep them at home. This is a feel-good episode, and this is why it's my number 1 favorite Aikatsu franchise episode of all time. So, Those were my top 20 favorite Aikatsu franchise episodes. Which ones are your favorites? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, this is RosePal, and this has been the RosePalCast.